running the job, how we will come to know that whatever we have modeled is modeled. So how would we come to know that T stress is 0? So that we need to think. Okay. So let
Yes,
us
sir.
see. Let us see how we do it. So, so this I have an old code which I used long back. So in that case, we simply take the U1, U2 in the form of a matrix like this. So the name is displacement. So all these U1, U2s are there, and then we select the nodes, and on each node we apply the boundary condition in the form of Ux and Uy. So this should work, but what I want to do is I want to do it with the coordinate values, not with the node numbers. Okay.
Yes, sir.
So what I was trying here, so because I opened it, it crashed too many times, so I forgot to write this line. So because I forget to write this line, then what you see is it always selects again the vertex by masking. So I can't do anything here. So what I can do is, so now hopefully it will, because I've written this line, hopefully it will apply the boundary condition using coordinates. So let us see macro 2. Yeah, so here it is now finding the vertex using the coordinates, not by masking, you see. So now I can work with this. So what is happening here is it takes the assembly. So few things before applying the boundary condition we have to make sure is that step has been assigned and the model has been called in assembly, because boundary conditions we do it after inviting the instance in the assembly. Okay, and then I think we can just do this thing, writing for loop, and it should work. Okay, so let us see. So this was our code for partitioning, and partitioning is done. So partitioning is done. So what I will do is I will remove everything from here, and I will remove everything from here, and I will make it boundary condition, and for loop I will need, and I will also need these lines. I will take it and I will put it somewhere. So I'm just putting it as a draft. Okay. So these I need to dedent. And now let me save it as, instead of partitioning, let me save it as boundary condition. No one else has arrived so far?
So Ishika is there.
Okay. So Ishika, what are we doing? We are trying to apply the boundary condition using the coordinates as we did it for partitioning. Okay. So I have run these manual trials to get the code from the recording, how it is applied. Okay. So now I will delete all these. Cannot delete it like that. There, so I'll delete it from here. So delete. So I was saying that before we do this, we were in part, and then before we apply boundary condition, we need to call this thing in the assembly. Okay, so assembly, I have called this thing and I have made it independent. So if you see here and edit this thing, there's no option to, why is no option to edit? Delete, suppress, map, make dependent. So I have called it independent, meaning I will mesh it in assembly. But I'm not meshing it now because I want to apply boundary condition using the coordinates and not using the node numbers. Okay. So how do I do it? I do it by going to the boundary condition module, which is load, then go here, then click here, then displacement, continue, select any vertex, any point. So select that vertex, say done, u1, u2, write some values here, click OK, and keep recording. If you record this thing, then you will get the code for that. So we have got it from here, and I have put it, so we have got it from macros, and I have put it in the previous code we had for partitioning, and I have removed the partitioning part of the code, not completely, few of those lines I have removed, and I've saved it as a different file, boundary condition.py. Because I cannot have a single code for all these things at this point of time, because if I want to do it, I will have to also code those parts, like calling in it in assembly, making it independent, creating a step. All those things I will have to do in the code. So you can do it, no problem. If you don't want to do it, you will have to write different codes. Why? Because it will be calling the model from assembly. You see, A usually means it is calling it from assembly, and we need to have assembly. And then when you apply boundary condition, you also need to have step. So a step has to be created before you apply the boundary condition. Okay. Otherwise, it will apply the boundary condition in the initial step, and then you will have to modify it, because initially you can't apply anything. It has to be 0, 0. And if you want to change it, then you will have to change it by creating this step. All right. So we are in the code here, and these are the lines which will be required to apply the displacement value. These are the lines. So these lines were from the partitioning code, and I want to use it because I want to apply it using the coordinate values. So I don't need these. I need the for loop and angles and x1, y1 coordinates. Once I have x1, y1 coordinates, I don't need these things. So I delete those, and then I put these. And I put it here. So this has to be indent, 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 and indent, and indent. Okay. So x1, y1 is there, then it is calling the model from assembly, then it is selecting a vertex, and that vertex is being selected by coordinates. So x coordinate, y coordinate. So x1, y1, and 0, 0, because we are in 2 dimensions, so z axis is always 0. Reason set 4. It is naming it. It is naming this as set is equal to set 4. So here set 4 might be coinciding with the previous set. So we don't know what set numbers we have given. So we need to change it. So how do we change it? The syntax I want to find out is str. So string I have to use. Yeah, so I have to use something like this. Set is equal to this. So this will be just the name of the set. It is not creating a set. So before it creates a set, I need to define the variable, and let me name it as set name, so that there is no confusion. And set name will be set After that, I need to put some number. So that number can be the angle which is there. So I can put theta here. Put theta. Theta so theta will be 20 degrees, 40 degrees, whatever. So it will not be same. It will not be repeated. So I don't have to put any number there. So I can just delete this thing. So this will be the set for the vertex, right? So I have defined what should be the name, and I will use this thing here so that it names the vertex as this set. So the name of the vertex will be set 20 if it is for 20 degree. Then set 40, set 60, like that. Okay. Maybe I can name it also. Instead of that, I can name it vertex. But vertex might be a keyword. So I will name it boundary vertex. So BVERT. So boundary vertex 20 degree and so on will be the name. Fine. So that is the name of the vertex. And then I apply boundary condition. So what should be the name of the boundary condition? I should give a name to the boundary condition also. I'll name it BC name. And BC, the name of the boundary condition, by default, it takes this form. So BC4, 1, 2, 3, 4, things like that. So I will name it BC name is equal to something like this, and then I will make it BC and remove this, and then theta. So BC20, BC40 will be the name. Okay. So here, instead of this, I will write BC name, and step 1 has been created. Region is region. So region is this one. So the set. And then what is the value of U1 and U2? What is the value of U1 and U2? That we need to calculate, right? So what was the formula for U1 and U2? U11 I will name it, and U22 I will name it. So I'll have to see what was the formula.
So we calculated the values for.
Yeah, I know. So you can actually take the values from there, but what I want to do is I want to do the whole calculation in the code. So everything should be in the code so that next time we don't need an Excel sheet. Okay, so it's a long formula for which we need the value of K and G, and we need to be very correct in the dimensions also. So those things we can assign before boundary condition. So the value of K is stress intensity factor. Why I'm writing this? Because I don't want to get in conflict with any of the internal variables. I do not know. So I'm writing, instead of K, I can write K also. Let us see if it creates a problem. So K was given 100, right? 100 ampere root meter. Then we need G value also. So G was 70 ampere root ampere, 70 ampere.
No, sir, gigapascal.
Oh, yeah, gigapascal. So that we have to be very sure. So 70,000.0. So that is our shear modulus. R is equal to 8.0. And then pi is pi, but do we want to put pi also? Okay, pi. I hope pi is not a variable. I will write PII is equal to 3.1. Is pi a value already in a math? I mean, in Python? Pi, yeah, pi is a value. So we can use pi. We don't have to define pi. So pi is done. Theta is already there. Then we need kappa. Kappa is simply, so before kappa we need Poisson's ratio. Poisson's ratio I am defining as V because I cannot write mu in this. It is 0.33, and kappa is what? Kappa is 3 minus 4 mu. So 3 minus 4 into mu. So kappa is there. I don't need anything else. Okay. So these variables are there. Now I want to define u11. So u11 is actually ux. You can write ux also. So ux is equal to, so then ux is equal to k by 2g. So k divided by 2 into g, and this will be in meters, I think. Yeah. So we will have to change it in millimeters after doing this. So that we will do. So k divided by 2g is done. Then how do we write square root? Can we write a square root? Like
SQRT, sir. SQRT.
SQRT of 2 is 1.414, no? Yeah. Okay. So we write SQRT. Hey, why it is capital? SQRT of R by 2 pi. So R divided by, यहाँ भी bracket डाल दूँ क्या? 2 into pi. And this is the square root of R by 2 pi. And this thing is done. So let us close this thing out and then open another one. And here I have to write, I don't need a bracket here. I have to write cos of theta by 2. So here I have to write math dot cos was the syntax, huh? Of
Yes,
theta rad divided by 2. So this is cos theta by 2, and I get confused in the brackets. I get confused if I put a multiply symbol here. Will it multiply with rad by 2 or will it multiply with the cos of rad by 2? So for safety, I'm putting another bracket, and then I put a multiplication symbol. Then I put another bracket, and here I have to write kappa. Kappa is kappa minus 1 plus 2 into, how do I write a square? Square is just square over square theta. So if I have
sir,
to
power
write
2.
2 square, if I write 2 to the power 3, it should be 1. No, it should be 8. Why it is 1? How do I write? How do I write? Like power is in MATLAB. Oh, I think it's double star 3. Yeah. So double star 3. So 2 into, so now I have to write math dot sine square theta, right? So, oh, yeah, so rad,
into,
yeah,
सर इसके एंड में 2 स्टार लगा के स्क्वायर कर देंगे.
so rad divided by 2, this is that, and then square of this, and I will keep this also some in bracket. Okay, this should be good. Let me see what we have calculated. Have we calculated u1 u2? Have you calculated it for 5 degrees? So you must have a value for 20 degrees, no?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So let me calculate. And what is the value for u1 or ux for 20 degrees?
सर कापा वाला ब्रैकेट बंद नहीं किया आपने फॉर्मूला
का अच्छा ये वाला खुला रहेगा. हाँ. Okay. But you guys have taken r is equal to 5, no? Can you change it to 8 and tell me the value for ux for 20 degrees?
Yes, sir. Just a second.
Okay. So till then, I will
so
put
1.70
these things.
into 10 to the power minus 5.
hold it, keep that value with you. So if I just put everything here, I hope I am 1.68. So 3 minus 4 into 0.33 should be one third of 4. So that should be approximately 1 point something. 3 minus 1 1.68. Looks okay. Mu is equal to, yeah. Okay, so this is happening. And then I want to find out the value of this one. But for this, rad should also be defined. So theta should also be defined. So theta will be 20 degree. And rad will be that. So theta is equal to 20. And then rad define कर देगा. Rad हो गया. Now I need ux is equal to this and put it here. ux कितना आ रहा है? अरे बाप रे, इतना ज्यादा क्यों आ रहा है ux? हाँ? इतना ज्यादा क्यों आ रहा है? पर एक चीज और मिसिंग है इसमें, बिकॉज
सर वो ब्रैकेट्स का इशू है, लाइक 2 into g का अंदर ब्रैकेट आना चाहिए, वो मल्टीप्लाई हो रहा है g उससे।
हाँ ये हो सकता है, बट अनदर थिंग इज दैट k इज MPa रूट मीटर. अच्छा, स्क्वायर रूट ऑफ r आ रहा है ना, तो रूट मीटर मीटर हो जाएगा. ठीक है, सो प्रोबेबली यू वर सेइंग इज करेक्ट. सो वैसे मैं ज्यादा ब्रैकेट रखता हूँ वैसे, पर यहाँ नहीं रखा तो हो गया गड़बड़. ux कितना आ रहा था तुम्हारा सूरज? सूरज
व्हाट इज द एंगल सर?
20. तुमने अभी बताया ना वैल्यू, किसने बताया?
सर पहले 0.33 रखा था, लाइक 0.3 रखा था, न्यू की वैल्यू तब चेंज आ रहा था।
हाँ, वो
But-
ज्यादा डिफर थोड़ी करेगा उससे. कितना आ रहा है 20 डिग्री का?
सर अब अलग आ रहा है सर।
कितना आ रहा है?
1.46 into 10⁻⁻5।
1.46 क्यों आ रहा है?
Sir,
कोई और कैलकुलेट?
2.16.
तुम्हारा
2.
अलग ही आ रहा है.
UX 2.16. एक सेकंड सर. Into 10 की पावर -5.
2.16 सब तो.
Yes, sir.
सूरज तुम्हारा कितना? 1.46.
यस सर।
तो तुम दोनों का अलग क्यों आ रहा है और मेरा भी अलग है? तीनों का अलग क्यों आ रहा है? इसका मैनुअली करना पड़ेगा क्या? ठीक है, करते हैं मैनुअली. करते हैं मैनुअली ही करते हैं. So somebody should be ready with a calculator और उसमें गलती मत करना. Am I presenting here? Yeah. So let us calculate this thing manually. Okay. So this is the formula. Can I minimize it? हाँ, थोड़ा छोटा कर सकते हैं. So this is the formula. And somebody, Ishika, do you have calculator?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So let us do this calculation. Ux is equal to A is 100. क्या?
0.3 रखने के बाद 1.86 into 10 की पावर -5 आ रहा है. I don't know if Suraj is getting the same.
तो अब तुम लोगों का मैच हो गया, मेरा गलत हो गया. मेरा तो 0.00 मतलब 5.8 into
सर
10
मेरा
to the
अलग है।
minus 1. ठीक है, we see, let us see. So 100 and this is 70, so 2 into 70,000. ठीक है, and square root of r. Oh, this is the problem. I kept 8 in millimeters. It should be in meters.
यस सर,
सब मैथ मिक्स मैच हो गया है, सब गड़बड़ हो गया है. So
0.008 ही रखा था.
r should be 8 into 10 to the power minus 3. तो 0.001 है ना, यही गड़बड़ हो गया. देखते हैं क्या होता है. r is equal
Yes sir,
to
I am also getting 1.86.
r 0.008 ही होगा ना.
Yes,
Yes
sir.
sir.
अभी ux कितना है, ux is this.
So we can see your screen. Sir.
You can't, yeah, but I'm getting 1.858 into 10 power minus 5. I'll show you.
Yes
the
sir, yes sir,
screen.
same. Yes sir, Ishika and I am also getting same.
So ये हो रहा है क्योंकि मिलीमीटर मीटर चेंज नहीं किया, इसीलिए हो रहा है. But now it is okay. So after defining r is equal to 0.008, now you can see the screen, no? I'm getting this 1.858068992930057 into 10 power minus 5. Yeah, you can see the screen or not?
Yes sir.
Okay, so ux is working. Here I have changed r, and here I'm not changing r, and that is okay. That is okay. ux I have defined, but this ux is still in meters. So I will put a bracket on the whole thing. This is
Sir.
in meters, so I'll multiply this by 1000.
Sir 2 into g में ब्रैकेट लगा दीजिए.
किसमें?
जो k डिवाइड बाय 2 into z है उसमें ब्रैकेट लगा दीजिए.
क्यों?
सर उसमें कुछ इश्यू आता है.
हाँ ये, हाँ ये तो, ये कहाँ चेंज किया मैं?
सर वो जब सीए में लिख रहे थे तब चेंज किया था.
So now this is that, and then I have to multiply this with 1000 so that it is in meters, right? So this, is it right? बोलो सही है गलत है, कुछ गलत तो नहीं हो रहा ना?
No, sir.
So this is in meters, so ux into 1000, yeah, and now I have to write uy. So uy is equal to, what is the formula for uy? Cos changes to sine. So here I have to write sine, and then there is a minus. Oh, plus minus सब change हो रहा है इधर का. So kappa plus 1, and here minus, and 2 into cos square zero. This will be cos, and everything remains same, right? So uy should not have any issues. uy ठीक ही होगा. So ux is defined, uy is defined, and then vertex is selected, set name, boundary conditions name, region is selected. Now here u1 is equal to, I will write ux, and u2 is equal to, I will write uy, and everything is good. Okay, so this should apply my boundary condition on the model. Okay, so save it. Then let us go to model. I have assembly, I have created step. So step we have created. Now run script. Oh, I should not have any boundary condition, I don't have. Now let us run this thing, and there is an error. What is the error? BC, oh, there, why there are 2 equals to? Why are there 2 इक्वल्स तो माइनर एरर, ये तो हो जाएगा। नाउ रन स्क्रिप्ट। सी BC 20 48 60 80 100 120 140 160 अप्लाई हो गया। पर यहाँ एक चीज मिस कर दिया, हम लोग को 0 और 180 पे भी अप्लाई करना है।
Yes, sir.
पूछे तो वो करना पड़ेगा। कैसे करेंगे? सो गो टू द कोड, स्टार्ट फ्रॉम 0, ठीक है, एंड इट विल नॉट टेक 120, सो आई विल हैव टू पुट व्हाट 200।
Yes, sir.
यस
200.
सर।
जीरो वाला तो जीरो लेगा ना, कि जीरो भी
Yes,
नहीं
sir.
लेगा?
हाँ, जीरो
जीरो
लेगा
लेगा।
सर। अपर लिमिट से
पर
एक लेस।
अब एक्स वाई गड़बड़ हो जाएगा। नहीं नहीं, एक्स वाई तो सही रहना चाहिए, एक्स वाई तो उतना ही आएगा। ठीक है, लेट अस सी, लेट मी डिलीट ऑल दीज थिंग्स, डिलीट, यस, नाउ रन इट, एंड इधर नहीं अप्लाई किया, इधर किया, इधर नहीं किया। क्यों नहीं किया? वार्निंग, कुड नॉट फाइंड अ ज्योमेट्रिकल एंटिटी एट दिस। तो ये कोऑर्डिनेट जो कैलकुलेट कर रहा है, ये कोऑर्डिनेट इसको मिल नहीं रहा है। तो हमारा कोऑर्डिनेट क्या है इसका? हमारा कोऑर्डिनेट एग्जैक्टली 8 है और ये 0 है, वाई
सर
एक्सिस।
वो रेडियन में वो कैलकुलेट करने में वो एरर दे रहा होगा।
नहीं, पर ठीक है, ये 7.9999 कैन बी 8,
Yes,
बट
sir.
ये 0 की जगह 0.0127 इज अ बिग एरर। ऐसा क्यों आ रहा है? बाकी सब तो सही जा रहा है, ये वाले पे वाई एक्सिस, ये वाले पे हमारा ओरिजिन एक्स पे है ना, यहाँ पे है ओरिजिन, तो ये एक्स नेगेटिव हो जाएगा, तो एक्स तो नेगेटिव आ रहा है। y should be 0, y is y not 0, y is y not 0। so लास्ट में i का वैल्यू क्या है? i का वैल्यू 180 होना चाहिए ना। what is the value of i? I is 180। if i is 180, then कोऑर्डिनेट कैसे कैलकुलेट कर रहा है? सो आई का तो इसमें कोई रोल ही नहीं है, आई का रोल रेडियंस में है। अच्छा, इसको पाई लिख दें तो कुछ होगा, पर क्यों चेंज होगा? वाई एक्सिस इज गेटिंग सच अ वियर्ड नंबर बिकॉज इट इज 180 degrees, so 180 divided by 180 is 1, so radian is equal to pi there, radian is equal to pi, so y, so 8 sine of pi, sine of pi will be 0. If it is 0, so 3.14 is not 0. Sine of 3.14 is not 0. What?
No, sir. It's 0.054.
0.054, ये तो बहुत बड़ा एरर है।
हाँ, sir.
Oh, could be. Let me write pi then. तो पाई रखने से हो जाना चाहिए। So इसको डिलीट कर देता है, इसको डिलीट, फाइल रन। अभी तो इसने इधर लगाया, बाकी कहीं नहीं लगाया। क्यों ऐसा? कि दिख नहीं रहा है, नहीं लगाया। अब पाई पे इसको कोई वर्टेक्स ही नहीं मिल रहा है। हाँ, क्यों मिलेगा वर्टेक्स? हमने पहले तो पार्टीशन किया ये फॉर्मूला यूज करके ना, इसीलिए तो गड़बड़ हो रही है। तो इसको 3.14 रहने दो और इसको रेडियन 1 कर देता है। rad 1 इज इक्वल टू rad 1 इज इक्वल टू, यहाँ कर देते हैं पाई, ठीक है। तो अच्छा, तो इसको 180 तक रखते हैं, तो 180 तक रखा तो सब कुछ सही चलेगा। और RAD1 को यूज करके XY1 निकालेंगे। RAD1 को यूज करके XY1 निकालेंगे। ठीक है, टू कर देते हैं इसको, टू टू एंड RAD1 एंड इसको लगा देंगे हम लोग, 180 डिग्री के लिए। तो इसके लिए UX UY दोनों कैलकुलेट करना पड़ेगा, मॉडल बुलाना पड़ेगा, वर्टेक्स का नाम देना पड़ेगा, सब कुछ ही करना पड़ेगा। इंडेंट हो जाता है ऐसा, डिक्रीज, ये एक एक्स्ट्रा इंडेंट क्यों जा रहा है? So UX is equal to RAD1 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 RAD1, बाकी सब ठीक है, बाकी सब तो ठीक ही है। तो X2 Y2 कैलकुलेट हो गया, UX UI कैलकुलेट हो गया, X2 Y2 कैलकुलेट हो गए, ठीक है। चलो, तो अब यहाँ पे वर्टेक्स ले लेता है, X2 Y2 और यहाँ पे UX UI ही रहेगा। ठीक है, कंफ्यूजन तो नहीं होना चाहिए बिकॉज इट इज गेटिंग कैलकुलेटेड आफ्टर दिस फॉर लूप। सो एंड अच्छा, ये होगा, ये होगा क्या होगा 180, ये होगा 180। ठीक है, ये मैनुअल वो हो गया, पैचअप हो गया इसका। सो लेट अस सी, but what we should do is we should change the partitioning scheme also based on pi and not 3.14. run script, अब क्या हुआ, 180 वाला लगाया नहीं, क्यों? we could not find ज्योमेट्रिक एंटिटी, इसको इतना सारा ज्योमेट्रिक एंटिटी नहीं मिला है। अरे वाह, कहाँ लगा दिया इसने बाउंड्री कंडीशन? सब ये सारा तो लगाया है, बट इसको 6.12 भी नहीं मिला, 7.517 भी नहीं मिला, ऐसा क्यों हो रहा है? If I don't write this part, so comment का क्या था, कंट्रोल K, where is comment, कंट्रोल Q, कंट्रोल K, तो इसको लगाया तो hopefully we should not have any problem from 0 to 180 degrees. तो
सर नीचे जब थीटा लिख रहे हैं शायद वो लूप में आ रहा है, थीटा जो फॉर्मूला में लिख रहे हैं।
कौन सा फॉर्मूला थीटा लिख रहा है?
सर
ये
रेड
वाला
वन
तो
इक्वल्स टू थीटा, थीटा इंटू पाई, जो थीटा इक्वल्स टू
पर ये
आई
तो
ऊपर
रैड
से आ
वन, ये तो नया वेरिएबल है।
सर
बट
थीटा
इट इज
को
टेकिंग
डिफाइन
वैल्यू ऑफ थीटा, या
है
थीटा
थीटा को
ऊपर
डिफाइन
डिफाइंड है ना सर
करके
फॉर
आया।
लूप में।
हाँ, पर थीटा की तो लास्ट वैल्यू कितनी है, 160 है क्या? अच्छा,
लूप तो
वन
पूरा इस पूरे के लिए चल रहा है
पर
सर
ये
नीचे।
लूप तो चलना चाहिए ना, लूप तो चलना चाहिए इसमें। 180 वाला तो इधर तो कोई प्रॉब्लम नहीं हो रहा है ना, वी डिडंट गेट एनी अदर न्यू वार्निंग आल्सो। ठीक है, व्हाई सो मेनी वार्निंग्स? because the last thing wasn't in loop, this is not in loop।
सर बट इट इज
कंट्रोल क्या था, कंट्रोल शिफ्ट के, हाँ, तो थीटा को दे देते हैं वैल्यू 180 कर देते हैं इसको। ठीक है, एक्चुअली तो पाई ही लिख सकते हैं, इतना करने की जरूरत नहीं है, पाई। See? So now should not be a problem, no?
Yes, sir.
Chalo. Let us do it. Delete. Yes. Run. Yeah. No problem. Okay. तो बाउंड्री कंडीशन तो लग गया. Okay, so boundary condition is applied. Now we will have severe problem in meshing. Okay, what I want you guys to do by Friday is that you should apply the boundary condition using node number, not using, so not how we did today, but you should do it using node number and using code, not manually. Do it for 20 degrees, not, I mean, you can do for an angle you find you are okay with, but 5 degrees will create too many nodes. 20 might give you some, I don't think it will give you any relaxation. So I hope you understand what I'm saying. Let me put this as an assignment, 11:42. So we still have some time. So classwork, create assignment, SSY, boundary condition at nodes. Okay. Partition at any convenient angle. Partition को partition क्यों लिखता हूँ मैं? Partition convenient angle and measure, then apply boundary condition, that is ux and uy, using the formula at nodes at different angles. Okay, so the due date will be Friday. What is the date on Friday? So today is Monday, Friday is 19th. So 19th, time assigned. Okay. So this is done. Now let us go to meshing. And I'll also tell you without partitioning, how will you do it? A little bit you have to find out. But in this case, so what I'm saying is, so let us first also about meshing, few things should be controlled. So we want plane strain. So this you have to change. Otherwise, because there is a crack in the system, so it cannot be in plane stress. If it is a tensile model, it will be in plane stress, but in this case, it will not be. So CPE4R is okay. So this is, I don't know why it's taking so much time to do this. Okay. And then I want quad only, and this will cause problem because here creating a quadrilateral element will be a big problem for this guy. So now what do I want to do? I want to mesh it. Okay. And I want to define the mesh at the tip. So I take all these lines and create a biased meshing. All of them are going out except these two. I want all of them to come in except these two. So I have to select. So first I will just do nothing And then now I have to change these two, so I'll select these two. This one and done. So everything is coming in. Now maximum size of 1, minimum of 0.1, apply, okay, and now mesh it. So this is bad. This is a bad mesh. This is a bad mesh. Okay, this is very bad. So here I want single, and I want this is 20 degrees. No, so if I give one, how much it is? वन में एक दो तीन एलिमेंट बन रहा है, तो 0.5 के 6 बनेगा. Looks okay. Let us see. Still not good. This is bad mesh, and it is happening because of this thing here. This is not good. But anyways, it doesn't matter. I can change it. I can change it. Structured. Okay. It might not mesh at all. No. Okay. So, anyways, so we will deal with the mesh problem later on because we don't have much time. So you meshed it, right? Use this line which I told you in the beginning, this line, session, blah, blah, blah. If you want to record something, because that will give you the values as coordinates. So I will just put this line here. Just copy and paste it and put it here in the Python panel, and then things will be recorded in terms of coordinates and numbers. So once you have meshed it, and now you want to apply the boundary condition at the vertex, right? So you want to apply here, you want to apply at 20 degrees, you want to apply 40, 60, and so on. Okay. So how can you do it? You can do it. So what you should do is you should record, and recording has started. So let us remove all the boundary conditions. Delete, yes. And now we want to apply the boundary condition on the nodes. Okay. How will we apply boundary condition on the node? Let us have a look in the mesh. So this is the mesh, and I want to apply boundary condition, let's say here on this node. Okay. And then 20 degree will be here, I think. Yeah, this one. So let us say we want to apply the boundary condition at this node. So what is the node number? So let us see what is the node number. And it is good to know the neighboring nodes also. So query and node, and I want to know about this node, and done. So the node number what? Why it is not telling me the node number? I know it is not telling because we have a geometrical point also there. So let me find out the element information. So element information gives me a nodal connectivity of 203, 9, 198, 892. I think it should be 9. Node number should be 9. So 1 should start here, then 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, oh, 7 and 8. That means here the node should be 0. Yeah, let me find out. Can we find out where the node is? Can we find out where the node is? Oh, we can do something. We can do something. We can create this thing as a mesh part. So now this is a part. So instead of this, we have this now. Okay. And in this we can apply, we can find out what the node number is. So let us look at the node number. And I want to know about this one. And the node number is 9. Yeah. So this is node number 9. And I believe this one should be 10. No, this is 175. So it is not following any order. It is not following any order. This is not good. How can we ensure that it follows an order? Structured and so if I make a global seed of 0.2 and measure. Still bad. Still bad. But is the meshing in order? So if this node number is 417, which one did I select? The third one? 1, 2, 3, fourth one is 417. So 1, 2, 3, 4, fifth should be in some order. Yeah, now it is in order. So it is 418. Then this should be 419. Yeah, this should be 420. This should be 421, but let us see. Yeah, okay. So it is 421 and so on. So this is 422 and so on. Okay, so biasing is creating preferred meshing, and that's why it is first meshing along the edges where we create the seeding. And if I don't do it, if I assign a global seed of whatever number, then I don't have any preferred meshing. So then it follows an order along this remote boundary. Okay. So what is happening is these numbers, these node numbers are in order starting from 417, 416, 415, 414. Starting from 9 number there vertex. So this is 415, this should be 414. This should be 414. Let us look at the connectivity of this element. Should have 415 and 414. No, it doesn't have 414. It doesn't have 414. That means this node number is 10. This node number is 10. And this node number should be 9 or 0. Or, I mean 1. Either 1 or 9, and this one should be either 9. So, but यहाँ भी vertex का number बताएगा. This is 518. It should be 519, but it will not tell me the number. तो element में 9 number node होना चाहिए. नहीं, 11 है. अच्छा. So this is 10. This is 11. So this node number is 10, then it starts from 415, 416, 417, and so on, and it goes to 518, and then there is 11. So you know the node numbers on the boundary. Okay. And then if you have to apply a boundary condition on any of the node, then what you should do is you should start the recording. Okay. So go to macro manager, create, start recording, and then apply the boundary condition. Oh, okay. So this guy has to be called in the assembly. So we go to assembly, and call the other guy. This is this one, and an auto offset here. And now let us apply. So we are still recording. So let us apply a boundary condition, displacement, and select mesh here, and then select any of these nodes. So this node number is 415416. So I believe in the code it will be written 416417. So U1, U2, we are applying 1 to 1, and here 232. Okay, stop recording. Let us see in the macros what has happened. So here, where is 1 to 1, 232 is here. So here it is applying boundary condition on the node which is 199, 200. Oh, why it is 199, 200? Okay. So that means the node number is 199 and it's not 415. The node number is 199 for this guy. Node number is 200. Yeah. Somehow the node number. Oh, maybe I've selected some other. Yeah. I messed it in an unbiased way, and that I didn't save as part. Anyways, I think you guys are very confused. But what you have to do is, so I will just put this code part there, this part. So if you have to apply a boundary condition on a node, what you do is you call the assembly, then you take a node out of it, and that node number is defined by the actual node number and a previous node number. So the node which is adjacent to this on the left hand side. So take that number and this number, and then so node is that, and then region is set, you can name it, and then as we applied ux and uy on the vertex, in this case we are applying on the node. Okay, so I will just copy this part, Control C, and I'll put it in the classwork description, and this should help you to write the code for applying a boundary condition using node numbers. Okay, you don't have to create this kind of feature. Okay, you don't need this. We did this only to get the code, how to write the code. So only for that we did it, and now you have that part of the code. So you just need to know what is the node number along this boundary, and then you find out a method how do you skip the middle node so that you reach 20 degrees or whatever degree you want to apply on, and then you can use those lines. So you don't need to create this part. Okay, so this is all. Our time is over. If you have any question, you can ask me later also. Okay, so only boundary condition you have to apply on this semicircle with any convenient angle using node method, using a code, not manually. Okay, see you then on Friday.
Sir, I have one question in the
Yeah.
304 lab, like the yield strain part, stress part. Yeah.
Yeah.
So can I present my screen? I want to show in XLS.
Yeah.
So Sir, like this is our hysteresis loop.
Hmm.
Yeah. I have calculated the modulus using the linear part, this linear part. And
Hmm.
how can I calculate the yield stress? I can like how to find it? I can get. I'm not getting that. Like I can find modulus from here, and how
Hmm.
can I find the yield stress?
Yeah. So this stress strain hysteresis loop is coming from the extensometer collection. So this, I believe, is engineering stress strain. And we are not going beyond, so I don't think, as long as we don't have damage in it and the curve is not going down, we should, we can use that formula to change the engineering stress to true stress and engineering strain to true strain. Okay. So your problem is because we don't have the linear part, no? But this is the linear part. This should be the linear part. So from here, this point, you don't see my cursor, no? You cannot see my cursor.
No, sir.
Acha. So why have you stopped? Just be there. Okay. So the unloading part is ending where? The unloading part or the loading in reverse direction is ending somewhere at 425 megapascal in the negative direction, right?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Yeah. And from there, the loading starts in the reverse direction,
Yes, sir.
right? So from there, you have the stress strain curve in the positive direction.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. So that is the linear slope.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Yeah. And then from there, so you take all these data points and shift them on a coordinate axis. So keeping this point where the loading starts, 425, whatever is the value of the abscissa there,
Yes, sir.
shift it to 0.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Once you shift it to 0, then you can go to an offset. You don't actually need to shift it. You just want to draw a line at an offset of 0.002, having a parallel slope with the linear part of that. And
Yeah, this.
wherever that intersects, that should be the yield strength.
Yes, sir.
Sir, but are we supposed to do it for all the cycles?
नहीं, मैंने all the cycles के लिए बोला है कि 10 cycle के लिए बोला है?
Only 10 cycles. Yes,
अच्छा,
sir.
okay, sir. Sorry, sir.
There
Elastic
are more
modulus.
than 10 cycles. I believe there are 40 cycles or so.
Yes,
Yes, sir.
sir.
हाँ, तो ये क्या डिफिकल्ट हो रहा है?
नहीं, sir. I got confused with elastic modulus and yields. So it's okay.
Sir, also elastic modulus 40 cycles के लिए calculate करना है, like सबका linear part लेके.
हाँ, elastic modulus में we want to see the difference when the damage creeps in. So
Yes.
elastic modulus you shouldn't calculate from the initial. So loading वाला part से नहीं, unloading वाला part का slope लेना है.
Yes, sir. वो results में दिया हुआ है, like unloading modulus. तो
Unloading modulus दिया हुआ ना, तो फिर तो कुछ
yes,
करना
sir.
ही नहीं है.
सर उसका मैंने डायरेक्ट प्लॉट कर लिया था करो.
ये जो zigzag दिख रहा है वाइब्रेशन जैसा वो है?
Yes, sir. ये this
हाँ,
one
sir.
नहीं
elastic,
नहीं.
this one, sir.
हाँ. Yeah, so elastic modulus is, why elastic modulus is increasing
No, sir, it is decreasing.
initially.
ये सर इनिशियली थोड़ा सा इंक्रीज करता है फिर डिक्रीज करता है, ऐसा है. रिजल्ट्स में भी ऐसा ही है.
अच्छा, ठीक है. ठीक है, तो फिर तो यही चल रहा है.
यस सर.
ओके, और कोई क्वेश्चन?
No, sir.
So nobody joined in the 11, so from 11 to 12 nobody joined or what? Only you two guys were there?
Yes, sir.
अवनीश, कोई और नहीं आया? अवनीश है कि नहीं पता नहीं.
यस सर.
कोई आया था 11 12 वाले सेशन में?
हाँ सर, बच्चे थे उसमें.
कितने बच्चे थे?
ये तो यहाँ तो 3 ही लोग हैं 11-12 में, ज्यादा लोग इससे नहीं है. जो शुरू में था उसमें थे.
मैं क्या पूछ रहा हूँ, 11 से 12 में यशिका और सूरज को छोड़ के और कोई था?
कोई नहीं आया था, कोई नहीं आया था।
और पहले वाले सेशन में थे वो लोग?
हाँ पहले में थे।
हाँ, तो अटेंडेंस काटो सबका जो लोग
ठीक है
नहीं
सर,
थे।
बस 2 लोग का देंगे भी।
हाँ,
ठीक है सर, ओके।
ओके, सो विल मीट ऑन फ्राइडे।
ओके सर।
ओके, बाय।
Thank you, sir.
हेलो।
हाँ, बोलो।